everybody, happy Tuesday. Doreen from Door Designs. I'm not doing Tea Towel Tuesday today. I'm actually working on some custom orders and some online orders that I want to get out today. So I am in my comfy clothes and my tennis shoes, leggings, and a big comfy shirt, basically just doing custom orders all day today. But what I was working on, I was finishing up some crosses that I have some orders for. So I thought it'd be a good little short video to show you how easy it is to design on some of these crosses. Here's the last cross I have right now. This one came from craftoutlet.com, and it is a metal base for the cross, and then it's filled with twigs and moss. And it is about, this one I'm designing, it's about 22 inches in length. So this is what it looked like before, and then this is the one that I designed. And I'm gonna show you how simple it is with just a few pieces of some ferns, a simple bow, and then some flowers, how pretty this will look on your wall. Whoops, I'll put it over here so you can see it with the white background. And then I designed another one for a custom that's actually going to California. So Karen out in Santa Barbara, if you're watching, this is yours. What I like about this one, it's got the burlap. It's completely covered with burlap and the moss. And then once again, I just did a few pieces of greenery, did a simple bow, and then I did hers with white flowers with just one yellow bud and then a little purple flower there on the side. And sometimes I think with designs like this, keeping them more simpler, less is best sometimes. I know everybody wants to do over-the-top designs, but I think for these kind of designs, for me personally, I like less. So I'm going to show you real quick how to design this. Okay, I'm going to take a piece of fern. I'm just going to use one piece. This one came from Randolph Mercantile here in town, but you can get ferns anywhere. And I'm actually going to cut off one of the pieces. I'm going to leave the two that are attached together here, and I'm going to cut the one that's kind of by itself. And I'm just going to cut the end off. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of pull this one apart a little bit, because I want one piece to come over and one piece to kind of go down. And then my piece that I'm going to go up, I'm just going to lay it right there on top. So it's just going to come the opposite way right there on top. So as you can see, that's going to be my base. So I'm going to lay that down real quick while I just put together our bow, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to zip tie the bow on top of the ferns, and then we're going to zip tie that into the cross. I'm going to do a very simple bow. If I can find my scissors here. Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do, instead of starting with my ribbon tail down, I'm actually going to start with my ribbon tail facing up, because I want part of the ribbon to come up from the bow. I don't want all my tails coming down. So we're just going to leave that up, and it's about, I don't know, 6 inches. Yeah, 6 inches, and I may have to cut it back a little bit. So I'm just going to pinch it. And then I'm going to bring my loop down and back up. And I'm going to keep my loop fairly small, twist it, and take my loop up and down. So let me see if I like that size. Yes, I do. Maybe just a little shorter. Okay, and I'm just going to come down here and cut this off. And we'll trim this up once we get it attached. And then I'm going to use this narrow velvet purple, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take my first piece up, bring my loop down, and I'm going to make my purple just a little bit shorter, about a ½ inch. This purple is Ferris silk ribbon. It's a really good ribbon. It curls really well. And we're just going to cut that also. And that's what our bow is going to look like. So it's going to go right there in the middle, and see how we have our long tails coming down? And then we've got our short tails coming up, and we'll trim all those back. I'm going to go ahead and zip tie my bow. Okay, I'm going to feed another zip tie through my cross, and I'm going to take it right in between, and you won't see it. So let's just go ahead. And actually, you can kind of grab a little bit of the vines, the twigs, and pull up a little bit, and then feed your zip tie through. So let's get our fern. Okay, so I've got my bow going on top of my fern, and I'm just going to lay that right there in the middle of the cross. Oops. And bring my zip tie up through it. I'm going to pull it nice and tight. Okay, and then I'm going to trim my tails. And the bottom ones I'm going to leave a little long. And there it looks like with just the bow. So you can see the zip tie now, but by the time we get done adding some flowers, you won't see it. So you've got one fern coming down a little longer, one off to the side, and then one coming up from the top. Okay, so now let's take some flowers. I'm just going to use some pansies. And this bush came from Sim's Pottery, which is a wholesaler, but you can get these at other places. Okay, I'm going to put just a little bit of moss in between right here, and that'll help cover up our zip tie. So I'm just using a little glue from my glue pot, and then we're just going to stick that right in there. We'll let that dry just for a second while we get some flowers ready. You can use any florals you want. I think I'm going to stick with the yellow and purple. And we're just going to use 2 pieces of floral. There's our first piece. I'm going to cut this one back a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to use one more small piece up above. Cut this back just a little bit. I'm going to bend this bottom fern leaf up a little bit because it's laying too flat and I want it to look a little more natural. There we go. And then we'll just kind of curl these a little bit. And it's done. So see how quick that was? So it was our base, 21, 22 inches. I took one, well, I don't have another one. Oh yeah, I do. One fern and cut one of the pieces off. That was my top piece. Left the other two connected. Layered them on top of each other. Made our simple bow. So one loop on each, or two loops of our cream. And I did a cream with a little bit of a gold fleck in it. And then our thin purple, same thing, two loops. Layer those on top, zip tied them, then used a little bit of moss, hot glued that in, and then just took 3 little sprigs of pansies. And that's it. So I hope you guys like this quick, short tutorial. I'm going to do, I think, 1 or 2 more today. So you'll see 1 or 2 more videos today and then probably one tomorrow. I'm going to be working at the Randolph Mercantile Spring Open House Wednesday through Saturday. So my videos will be a little sporadic during that time. And I invite you, if you're close, to come see us out at the open house. She's got a lot of beautiful things out there. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the cross. And I will see you on my next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.